So, with the release of the new AI writing program ChatGPT being able to write stories, I decided to put it to the test and determine who is the strongest fighter. I selected 12 fighters to compete in a tournament to decide who is the best, and I determined the winner by entering the prompt "write a fight scene between blank and blank." The AI would then write a short story deciding the victor. Who will be the champion of the ChatGPT tournament? Master Chief and Jotaro Kujo face off against each other in a deserted city, their powers evenly matched. As they circle each other, sizing each other up, the tension is palpable. Master Chief, clad in his signature green armor, holds his assault rifle at the ready. Jotaro, wearing his signature hat and school uniform, cracks his knuckles and readies his stand, Star Platinum. The two fighters charge at each other, their movements a blur. Master Chief fires his assault rifle, but Jotaro easily dodges the bullets and retaliates with a powerful punch from Star Platinum. The punch connects, but Master Chief's armor absorbs the blow. Undeterred, Master Chief pulls out a plasma grenade and tosses it at Jotaro, who narrowly dodges it. The grenade explodes, creating a cloud of smoke that engulfs the area. Jotaro uses this opportunity to launch a surprise attack, using Star Platinum's speed and strength to deliver a devastating punch to Master Chief's chest. But Master Chief is quick to recover, activating his energy shield and blocking the attack. The two continue to trade blows, their powerful abilities causing destruction to the surrounding city. Buildings crumble and cars explode as they fight. But despite their evenly matched powers, Jotaro begins to gain the upper hand. He uses Star Platinum's precognitive abilities to predict and counter Master Chief's moves, landing powerful blows that crack his armor. Master Chief, realizing he is outmatched, resorts to using his last resort, a powerful, explosive rocket launcher. He fires a rocket at Jotaro, but Jotaro is able to stop it with Star Platinum, causing the rocket to explode in midair. The explosion is massive, and when the smoke clears, Jotaro is left standing victorious over the defeated Master Chief. Sonic and Waluigi faced off against each other in a deserted wasteland, both of them ready for a fight. Waluigi sneered at Sonic, twirling his mustache with one hand and holding a tennis racket in the other. "I've been waiting for this moment, Sonic," he growled. "I'm going to crush you once and for all." Sonic rolled his eyes. "Oh please, Waluigi," he said. "You're no match for me. I'm the fastest thing alive." Waluigi's face twisted with anger, and he lunged at Sonic, swinging his tennis racket with all his might. Sonic easily dodged the attack and countered with a spin dash, sending Waluigi flying backwards. Waluigi quickly regained his footing and charged at Sonic again, this time using his long, spindly legs to try and trip the blue hedgehog. But Sonic was too fast, and he easily jumped over Waluigi's outstretched legs. Enraged, Waluigi began to flail wildly, swinging his tennis racket in all directions. But Sonic was able to dodge each attack with ease, laughing as he did so. "Give up, Waluigi," Sonic called out. "You can't win this fight." But Waluigi was not ready to admit defeat. He gritted his teeth and let out a fierce war cry, summoning all of his strength for one final attack. Sonic braced himself for the assault, but it never came. Instead, Waluigi tripped over his own feet and fell face first into the dirt, unconscious. Sonic chuckled and shook his head. "Looks like it's game over for you, Waluigi," he said with a smirk. "Better luck next time." Wolverine and Goku faced off against each other on a deserted battlefield. The sun was setting in the distance, casting a warm glow over the scene. Wolverine growled and unsheathed his claws, his eyes glowing with fury. "You're going down, Goku," he snarled. Goku smiled and cracked his knuckles. "I don't think so, Wolverine," he said, his voice calm and collected. Without another word, the two warriors rushed at each other, their powerful blows sending shockwaves rippling through the air. Wolverine swung his claws at Goku, but the Saiyan warrior easily dodged the attacks and countered with a powerful punch to Wolverine's chest. Wolverine stumbled backwards, but quickly regained his footing and leapt at Goku again. This time, he managed to land a hit, slashing Goku across the chest with his adamantium claws. Goku winced in pain, but he refused to give up. He summoned all of his strength and unleashed a devastating Kamehameha wave, sending Wolverine flying backwards. Wolverine hit the ground hard, but he quickly got back to his feet, his healing factor already working to repair the damage. The two warriors faced off once again, each one determined to emerge victorious. They continued to fight, their blows getting faster and more powerful with each passing moment. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Goku landed a powerful punch to Wolverine's jaw, knocking him unconscious. Goku stood victorious, breathing heavily from the intense battle. He looked down at Wolverine, who was slowly starting to stir. "That was a good fight," Goku said, offering Wolverine his hand to help him to his feet. Wolverine grudgingly accepted the hand, and the two warriors stood there for a moment, each one respecting the other's strength and determination. Solid Snake sneaked through the dark corridors of the abandoned arcade, his trusty revolver at the ready. Suddenly, a high-pitched wailing noise filled the air, and a flash of yellow caught Snake's eye. Pac-Man was upon him in an instant, chomping wildly at the air with his massive jaws. Snake dodged and weaved, trying to keep out of Pac-Man's reach, but the voracious yellow creature was relentless. Snake fired his revolver, but the bullets bounced harmlessly off Pac-Man's thick skin. Pac-Man responded with a flurry of chomps, forcing Snake to retreat down the hallway. As they fought, Snake realized that his only chance was to outsmart Pac-Man. He quickly unholstered a smoke bomb and tossed it at Pac-Man's feet. The smoke filled the air, obscuring Snake's vision, but it also confused Pac-Man. The yellow creature stumbled around blindly, chomping at nothing but air. Snake seized the opportunity and moved in for the kill. He expertly aimed his revolver and fired a single shot into Pac-Man's vulnerable eye. Pac-Man let out a final, pitiful wail and then collapsed to the ground, defeated. Snake breathed a sigh of relief and wiped the sweat from his brow. The arcade was his once again. The sun was setting on the horizon, casting a fiery glow across the dusty streets of the small town. Yugi Moto and Ronald McDonald stood facing each other, both bristling with determination and ready to fight. Yugi was the first to move, his dual disc already activated and a card in his hand. "It's time to duel," he shouted, throwing the card onto the disc and summoning a powerful monster onto the field. Ronald sneered, pulling out his own dual disc and summoning a monster of his own. The two monsters clashed, their powerful attacks sending sparks flying. But Yugi was not to be outdone. He quickly drew another card and played it, summoning a second monster to join the battle. The two of them worked together, overwhelming Ronald's single monster and dealing devastating blows. Ronald's face twisted with anger and frustration. He drew a card and played it, summoning a powerful spell that could turn the tide of the battle. But Yugi was ready, playing his own spell to counter it and nullify its effects. The battle raged on, both duelists giving it their all. But in the end, it was Yugi who emerged victorious, his monsters overpowering Ronald's and defeating him once and for all. Yugi stood victorious, his dual disc still activated and a triumphant smile on his face. "I am the master of the cards," he declared, "and no one can defeat me." Chainsaw Man and Saitama faced off against each other, their eyes locked in a fierce gaze. Chainsaw Man revved up his chainsaw, the sound echoing through the air. Saitama simply stood there, unimpressed. Chainsaw Man charged at Saitama, swinging his chainsaw with all his might. But Saitama easily dodged the attack, moving with lightning speed. Saitama then delivered a swift punch to Chainsaw Man, sending him flying across the battlefield. Chainsaw Man crashed into a nearby building, the impact shaking the foundations. He tried to get back on his feet, but Saitama was already there, standing over him. Chainsaw Man swung his chainsaw again, but Saitama caught the blade between his fingers. "Is that all you've got?" Saitama said, his voice calm and collected. Chainsaw Man struggled to free his chainsaw, but it was no use. Saitama tightened his grip, crushing the blade with ease. "I guess it is," Saitama said, tossing the broken chainsaw aside. Chainsaw Man lay there, defeated, as Saitama turned and walked away. The fight was over before it even began. The three warriors stood facing each other, each one ready to fight to the death. Goku was the first to make a move, charging at Sonic with a fierce cry. Sonic, quick as always, dodged out of the way and countered with a spin attack, sending Goku stumbling backwards. Jotaro Kujo watched the two of them for a moment before stepping forward, his stand, Star Platinum, at the ready. Goku and Sonic both turned to face him, but before they could attack, Jotaro unleashed a powerful punch that sent them both flying backwards. Goku and Sonic both regained their footing and rushed at Jotaro, but he was ready for them. He moved with incredible speed, dodging and weaving around their attacks and striking back with devastating force. Goku and Sonic both tried their best to land a hit, but Jotaro was too strong. Finally, with a final burst of speed, Jotaro landed a powerful punch on Goku, sending him crashing to the ground. Sonic tried to take advantage of the situation, but Jotaro was ready for him as well. With a quick flurry of punches, he sent Sonic flying backwards and crashing into a nearby wall. As the dust settled, Jotaro stood victorious over his defeated opponents. He had proven himself to be the strongest fighter of them all, and there was no doubt in anyone's mind that he was the true champion. Saitama, Yugi, and Solid Snake all stood in a small clearing, each sizing up the others. The tension was palpable as the three warriors prepared for battle. Saitama cracked his knuckles, his face set in a determined expression. Yugi, the master of games, drew out his trusty Millennium Puzzle, ready to unleash its ancient powers. And Solid Snake, the legendary soldier, unsheathed his combat knife, his eyes cold and calculating. The fight began in a blur of movement. Saitama moved with superhuman speed, landing blow after blow on his opponents. Yugi summoned forth powerful magical creatures to aid him in battle, but even they were no match for Saitama's raw strength. Solid Snake, always the tactician, circled around the others, looking for an opening. He launched himself at Saitama, his knife flashing in the sunlight, but Saitama was too quick, and he easily dodged Snake's attack. Yugi saw his chance and called forth his most powerful creature, the Dark Magician. The Dark Magician charged at Saitama, but he was no match for the bald hero. Saitama easily overpowered the creature and sent it flying across the clearing. With his allies defeated, Solid Snake knew he was outmatched. He sheathed his knife and raised his hands in surrender. "You win this time, Saitama," he said with grudging respect. Saitama grinned, his face split into a wide smile. "Looks like I'm the strongest one here," he said, dusting off his hands. Yugi and Solid Snake exchanged a glance, both knowing that they had met their match in Saitama, the unrivaled hero. Saitama and Jotaro Kujo stood facing each other, their eyes locked in a fierce stare down. Jotaro cracked his knuckles, his signature hat tilted at a fierce angle atop his head. "You think you're tough, huh?" he sneered. Saitama simply shrugged. "I don't think anything. I know I'm tough." Jotaro snorted. "We'll see about that." "Aura!" He lunged forward, his fist flying towards Saitama's face. But Saitama was faster. He easily sidestepped the punch and countered with a powerful punch of his own. Jotaro stumbled backwards, surprised by the sheer strength behind the blow. "You're not so tough after all," Saitama taunted. Jotaro gritted his teeth and launched himself at Saitama again, his fists flying in a flurry of blows. But Saitama was too fast and too strong. He dodged and counted, his punches sending Jotaro flying backwards with each hit. Jotaro stumbled and fell to the ground, panting heavily. I can't believe it, he muttered. You really are the strongest man in the world. Saitama shrugged nonchalantly. I told you. I don't think I know. He turned and walked away, leaving a stunned and defeated Jotaro Kujo in his wake. So, that's it. Saitama is your champion, no big surprise. The AI has a pretty surprising amount of accuracy to the characters. What do you think? Did the AI do a good job? Or did it just sound like bad fan fiction? Please tell me if you like the video, or if you'd even want some more.